There are few things more majestic than seeing a herd of elephants roaming the plains of Africa. But tragically, every year, 20,000 of them are killed by poachers who then harvest and sell their ivory tusks. It's a cruel trade, and one that former Australian commando Damian Mander has been fighting for a decade to stop. Despite his efforts, though, he'd been losing ground to the criminals. Then he came up with an idea from left field, an all-female squad of anti-poaching rangers. Critics said it wouldn't work, but they were wrong. And now the brave women of Akashinga are not only saving wildlife, they're saving themselves. The Lower Zambezi Valley in Zimbabwe is home to one of the world's last great herds of elephant, and a new breed of African warrior dedicated to their protection. The women of Akashinga, an all-female team of wildlife rangers who are changing the face of conservation.
This is the only reserve in the entire world that's completely managed and protected by women. And they're kicking ass. Strike! This elbow's got to come right through, okay? Bang! And then come back and protect yourself. Left, right, left, bang! Okay? Ready, strike! Strike!
This is a group of fighters smashing traditional perceptions of what women can do around here.
Get your butts down or get shot off. Go, let's go, let's go, go.
They're no longer restricted to just cooking, cleaning and raising kids. The Akashinga Rangers are in charge of a 30,000 hectare reserve 4 hours drive north of the capital Harare.
How you doing, mate? Been by? I'm good, mate, I'm good. Kelly, how are you?
The team is the brainchild of former Australian commando Damian Mander.
Nice haircut, Andy.
Putting women in uniform was a revolutionary idea in these parts.
So this is Tom. He's another Australian like me.
How are you?
Those women were ridiculed on the way to work, on the way to selection their first day. They were told to piss off back home, go back to their house, go back to the fields. So those men ridiculed them on day one. Okay, so that was 14 months ago. All the men in the community may not like it now, but they respect it. 72 arrests later, and they've taken out some syndicates from these areas. They've taken out hardened poachers. And so the men, they respect it.
The war to save wildlife runs 24/7. Teams of Akashinga Rangers constantly patrol the reserve. They are the last line of defence to the World Heritage listed Mana Pools National Park right next door. This area has lost 8,000 elephants in the past 15 years. And stopping the poachers is the first paid job women like Vimbai Komure have ever had.
I'm proud, very, very proud.
Are there people around here that probably thought you'd never be able to do something like this?
Yeah, especially men is saying that a ranger can be only a man, not a woman.
You showed them?
I proved them wrong because I made it. Now I'm a field ranger.
You're a strong woman.
Yeah, I'm strong enough.
Can you tell how recently it was that an elephant came through here?
They came through here last night.
So this is the kind of place that poachers would perhaps sit off and wait for elephants to come through?
Yeah.
Nairadzo Hoto is 26 and the mother of a 6-year-old girl. If this job is hard, well, life before it was a lot harder.
Can you tell us about your ex-husband?
He was an abusive man because he was violent to me, and he used to exploit me. I just see my goals being shattered.
A couple of years ago, do you feel like the men around here didn't really respect women?
They didn't really respect women because they just think themselves that only men can do most of the jobs that to be done. But now it is now a different world, a changed world.
Do you feel like you've earned that respect?
Yeah. I feel that.
How much of these women exceeded your expectations?
Mate, I mean, I've built a career across 3 continents by bringing fairly hardened blokes to the point of breaking and then rebuilding them into what we need on the front lines. I know what it takes. We did a selection out here for 189 men about 6 years ago, and at the end of day 1 I had 3 men left. I did selection for 37 women here, and at the end of day 3 only 3 had pulled off. We thought we were putting them through hell, but they'd already been through it.
Perhaps no ranger personifies the resilience of these women quite like Kelly Lee Chigumbura.
So this is your daughter?
Yeah.
What's your name? Gorgeous? Oh, a bit shy. What's her name?
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra. And how old are you?
3 years.
3. Oh.
Kelly became pregnant with Cleopatra after being raped. But because she was unemployed, custody was awarded to the rapist's family. Now that Kelly's a paid ranger, she has her daughter back and is building her own home.
They didn't get any handouts. They fought hard for where they got to, and they deserve to be there. And nothing's made me prouder than just to see the way they've developed and just grabbed it with both hands and run with it, mate, yeah.
How important is what Damian's done for the women around here?
About Damian, he just changed our lives. When Damian came, he showed that a woman can be someone.
A bit of a hero?
Yeah, he's a big hero. He's my hero.
Coming up, no fear for these women warriors.
Seeing that they were armed, does it make you more nervous?
I'm a strong girl.
As they chase down more crims. And
I have a special announcement to make.
some unexpected recognition. For a job well done. That's next on 60 Minutes. Up until now, much of the fight to save Africa's wildlife has been conducted like never-ending guerrilla warfare. But after a decade in this battle, Damian Mander changed tack, gambling that recruiting local women could be a conservation masterstroke.
What do you see the women do differently on the front line as opposed to the male rangers?
Look, with us guys, I mean, counterinsurgency means countering insurgency, looking for a fight. Women want to have a conversation, they want to know what the problem is, they want to deal with the problem. So they de-escalate everything. When you're de-escalating things in a law enforcement environment, it means a less militarised approach. Less militarised approach means less conflict with the local population. It's the local population that's going to decide the future of Africa's conservation, not blokes with guns.
Every year, well over 20,000 African elephants are slaughtered for their ivory tusks. their days are numbered if the poachers aren't stopped, which is why the work of the Akashinga rangers like Vimbai and Nyoradzo here in Zimbabwe is so important.
How would you feel if elephants were wiped out?
I would rather cry.
Because it pains me a lot.
If they were wiped away, how the next generation know how an elephant looks like? Even my kids, they would never know how an elephant looks like. As for poachers, if they tamper with my elephants, actually, I'll catch them.
But it's not just the elephants the rangers have sworn to protect. One of the fastest growing forms of poaching in Africa is the insidious trade in bushmeat, butchering wild animals to sell as food.
How you going, guys? Give us a look.
In the middle of the night, this patrol interrupted a hunting party that had already bagged 4 animals. It seems anything on 4 legs is fair game for the poachers.
We got tipped off this morning that poachers had entered the park and were hunting with dogs. So they use spotlights and dogs, and they round up animals like this. They corner them, they get startled, they come in and strike them with an axe.
Seeing that they were armed, does it make you more nervous?
I know. I'm a strong girl.
Nothing scares you?
Nothing.
Obviously poachers out there.
Yes, mate, no shortage of them, unfortunately. But, their job's to poach, our job's to stop them.
And these poachers that got away, I mean, they've been chased for 25k. You'd think they'll be going back and telling people. It's not easy out there.
Yeah, they will, mate, yeah, for
Deterrence.
sure. And like whether it's a day, a week or 6 months, we'll get these guys at some stage, we always do.
And sure enough, less than 12 hours later, the Akashinga team receive a tip-off about a bushmeat operation being run out of this compound, right next to Manapul's National Park. Dressed both in uniform and undercover, the Rangers work with Border Protection officers to make 3 arrests. There, chopped up in plastic bags, is Zimbabwe's wildlife. Another poaching ring interrupted in this endless war, which these women are now being recognised for.
All right, ladies, I have a special announcement to make. This morning, I received an email from the Zimbabwe International Women's Awards. Okay, now these are awards that are given out to women working across the world that are from Zimbabwe. And the email said that the women of Akashinga had been awarded one of the top awards for 2018.
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it, but yeah, I'm believing it.
What's your main feeling?
I'm really proud of ourselves. I am really proud of our Akashinga ladies. I'm really sure.
I can hear it in your voice.
I'm really proud of our Akashinga ladies.
I was saying I can hear it in your voice.
You can hear it from my voice.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're very
thank you.
emotional.
Thank you.
What have you learned from these women?
Mate, I've learnt that, an idea's never set, so, I grew up the way I grew up, quite macho and all the tattoos and all that shit, done what I've done, just take a step back and have a look at things from a different angle, and it's always a different way of doing things, yeah.
What does the macho man make of the women?
Nah, he's proud of them, mate. Yeah, he's proud of them, mate. Yeah, you know, happy to step back and let these women do the job. They're better at it.
Hello, I'm Tom Steinfort. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.